your opinion, from your analysis, give me a confidence score if this is true positive or false positive, right? And if you are telling me it's a true positive, give me a score from 0 to 100. And if you're giving me this score, give me the justification. Why are you giving me this score? Give me the reasons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in case I'm deciding to take an action from the incident response, I have all the justification that I can share with my team, right? Not only that, I need the AI as an advisor to tell me what am I missing in my SOC? What kind of log sources? If I integrate with them during this incident, I will have a better visibility. What kind of event IDs I should gather and I should collect in order to have better analysis and in order to generate better root cause investigation report. So this is another important AI agent which is supporting the SOC team, specifically the executives. That's agent number 3. Agent number 4. I would like to use the AI to do escalation, right? I have my own ticketing system within my SOC, or I have an ITSM system, which is a service management, any ticketing system. I would like to use the AI to orchestrate this from the same interface here, go and open a case within Logarithm platform, or after investigation, after responding, I would like to update the alarm status from being open to be closed or resolved or reported and so on. Or go and open a ticket with my ticketing system. Or if you have a dedicated external SOAR, go and open like an incident within my SOAR. They are all API integrations, okay? So this is another AI agent which we have embedded in the platform, and that's agent number 4. Agent number 5, sorry, that was agent number 5, sorry. Agent number 6, which is the incident response. Can I use the AI to take actions? Definitely when you build a SOC, you will have the incident response capability. It means I have a problem, I'm using the threat detection engine, whatever the rule that is getting fired, I need to take an action. What we do within Logarithm is that you have two kinds of actions. It could be completely automated. If I have this issue, go and execute an action, maybe to disable a user account or add an IP address to a block list or isolate a machine or whatever the action. Or it can be through a hierarchy approval workflow. It means this is something very critical which might affect the operation. I need to get 1 approval or 2 approvals or 3 approvals, right? What if I get the AI to orchestrate this? It means from the chat interface, AI, based on your confidence level, go and disable this user in the Active Directory, right? But before that, before that, I'm talking about another important thing, which is the enrichment part. Before I take the action, I would like to use another agent to enrich. Means before you execute the action, just map it automatically to MITRE techniques and tactics. What do you think about the true positive likelihood? Is it high? Is it medium? Is it low? Right? What do you think about the risk score and the confidence score? Right? And after that, I would like to use this information to increase my confidence level to go and start executing the actions. Right? As you see here, I'm just asking the AI who is the user. Then I'm commanding the AI from here, go and disable the user account. And that feature was requested by one of our end users. I don't want the AI to go immediately and take the action. Give me the option to approve or deny, right? So just to recap, with Rhythm AI, we are introducing the first full-fledged on-prem agentic AI, fully on-prem, supported with approximately 20 billion parameters, LLMs, large language models, in order to be another agentic AI layer on top of your security operation center. And with that said, just to recap before our live demo, this is summarizing Logarithm Security Operation Center platform, right? As you see, what we covered today, it was just a minor thing. So Omar covered this, I covered that. But it is a holistic platform, right? starting from the log management, big data, SIM and analytics. And SIM and analytics are complementing what Omar covered, which is the Rhythm X, which is the part related to machine learning and the insider threats, endpoint and network forensics, compliance. Then you have the threat detection engine, you have the Rhythm X, the predictive SIM, the reporting SOAR, and in the heart we have Rhythm AI. With that said, we will go directly with the live demo. Any question before we proceed with the live demo? Yes. You need the mic? I think there is a mic.
Okay, thank you. So my question is, from what I've seen, it appears your agent will analyze what's happening and take a decision.
Yep.
Okay, now, typically we know AI sometimes can make mistakes.
Yep.
And the sort of analysis it does, we human beings don't have that capacity to understand its analysis. So what if the decision it takes is wrong? How do we know?
Yep. So if I understand the question correctly, how can I make sure that the AI will not go wrong because it is fully integrated with the SOC? So this is what I mentioned in the beginning, that we have to introduce 3 layers: generative AI, agentic AI, and AI on top of the AI. First of all, when we deploy the AI, we train the AI based on each organization. I have to understand the critical assets. I have to understand the network topology. I have to understand what kind of vulnerabilities we have. So the AI will be trained for each organization, right? That's number 1. Number 2, we are applying the concept which we call watching the watcher. It means I will apply AI on the AI, so every single thing the AI is doing is getting audited. Then I'm getting this audit data back to my threat detection engines like Rhythm X or the correlation engine. And on top of the threat detection engine, I'm again applying AI. So if I see that Omar used to ask those questions to the AI, suddenly he's giving a lot of commands to take a lot of actions. This is something that I didn't see before, right? So maybe he's abusing the AI, right? I can see that the AI used to integrate with my ticketing system, with my firewall, with my EDR. Suddenly I can see the AI, by using the MCP protocol, is getting another integration with my routers, with my, switch, with my URL filtering. It is something that I didn't see before. So when we decided to have the AI being a security company, we wanted to make sure that it will be secure. That's number 1. Number 2, it will be watched to make sure it will not be abused. Right? So we have this embedded in our Rhythm AI capability, which is, again, fully monitored by all of our threat detection engines, right? And by the way, you have the choice. You can make it completely offline, because we have some customers, they are dark sites. There is no internet connection. It means I will just update it offline, but you can completely cut the internet and only allow it to connect with the SIM or with the SOC platform. Then you can just allow certain connections based on whatever the use case that you have. I need to have a use case related to enrichment. Okay, I will just allow an integration between X and Y. I need to get contextualization from the Active Directory. Well, I will allow port A, port B, something like that. So based on each environment, we can decide whether it will be completely offline, or we can just allow inbound connection if we need to update it, if we need to get some threat intel from VirusTotal because it is enriching the engine and so on. Okay? Yeah.
You answered part of the question that I had, but speaking about the offline,
Yeah.
I'm much interested in how frequent will you be updating the system?
Thank you for your question. Actually, the answer for you is also another answer for the previous question. The previous question was, what can we do to eliminate or reduce the AI hallucination, right? Now, to remove hallucinations 100%, no one can guarantee this. I was with a customer and he's asking me very simple question: which AI model or brain are you using? Are you using like OpenAI? Now, the question, I understand it from the customer, is because he want to ask me, what kind of bias do you have? As we use AI, you can see Google advancing in a space. You can see OpenAI, they have ChatGPT. You can see cloud. And every one of them excel in a specific task. From my experience, you cannot ask ChatGPT to, for example, generate some images. They are not good at this at all. But Google actually are really good at generating images, right? Now, the reason why I'm telling you about this is that because the beauty of our on-premise offering is that it's your AI. You can use multi-modal. You can use multiple brains at the same time. And this is what we realized. So one of the agents that Rami presented is administration agent. One of the challenges in the SIEM solutions is that how you onboard a custom integration, specifically important for banks because they have custom systems, right? If you try to do this or ask ChatGPT, they hallucinate. According to our research, actually the best model is Quen. So we took the best models for each of these tasks, right? To optimize again our solution answer. So this is part one. Now, back to your question, to you were asking about these models, how they interact together. Yeah. So because we have multiple models, we can offline. As soon as these models release an update, just a plug and play. You don't have to connect it to the internet. Each of the model. Now, the reason why I brought the multi-model conversation is because each one of them will not have an update next day. One of them will have an update after a week, after a month. So we can fetch this update and do it offline. And actually, we have our own model as well, logarithm model that understand our technology, our solution. This is playing a big role, right? So you are not sitting waiting for a specific vendor, wishing that it will release an update so you can fetch it. You have 6 and multiple vendors and solutions and brains that you can update them fully offline. And it's just a plug and play. You take the book of knowledge and just update it on the fly. Does that answer your question, sir?
There is one more thing which we do with logarithm SIEM as well, which is every 90 days we have a mega release on our platform. It means, we have an upgrade even to the logarithm SIEM platform itself, right? You have the option, if you have an internet connection, you can download the knowledge base file, which is almost like 100 meg file. Or if you have completely offline, we can download the file offline and import it. It will be the same concept with RhythmX, with Rhythm AI. Based on each organization, we can decide what will be the best method of updating the engine, right? Yep. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to find out if you need a dedicated server to deploy this solution. And why don't you have a cloud version? Any special reasons that inform this decision? Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very, very, very good point, because usually when you think about the AI, most of the vendors, they don't speak. What?
Do you want to answer this, Hassan?
No, it's fine. They don't speak about what's happening behind the scene. As I said in the beginning, it's so easy if I'm getting something from the cloud, because I'm white labeling, as I said, ChatGPT or Google Gemini. Our concept here is completely offline. We will need a server because it is fully driven by GPU, graphical processing unit, because I need, as you will see it in the live demo, every one of them is showing you thinking, and you will see the response in seconds. It can run on CPU, but it will take time. So we will need a dedicated server, which is nothing when it comes to the resources from memory, from disk space, and from CPU. But it is driven by RTX, graphical processing unit, GPU, right, in order to load our models. Will be offline, it will be a dedicated server, and it will be fully integrated with logarithm. There's nothing going to the cloud. So yeah.
Sorry, Rami, no, that was me commenting on this as well, or adding. This is the uniqueness of Logarithm Exabeam and our collaboration with VIA, specifically for the country of Ghana. Now, we understand the importance and the sensitivity of your data, and many of the organizations, you know, they don't want to send any kind of data to the cloud, whether the cloud is in country or outside of the country. Now, because of that consideration, right, we have designed this platform basically that will provide the AI capability, whether it's Gen AI or agentic AI on-prem, all right, without having to lose any kind of the capabilities that AI provides today, and without having, you know, to, I don't know, maybe like risk or compromise your data being sent to the cloud, right? So this is something that we have designed specifically, you know, in collaboration with our trusted partner for you guys, okay? And as Rami said, like, you know, in terms of the requirements for the server, you know, it doesn't take much of resources. Like, you know, it's very, very simple, right? It's a small kind of like RTX GPU, right? Which is not that expensive. Now, the beauty of this is that you don't have to do that by yourself. And this is the importance of today's gathering, whereby, you know, you'll get everything that you have seen and heard so far, right, through a monthly subscription, you know, through our trusted partner here. That's the importance of this, right? So it will allow you to reduce whether, you know, like, you know, the number of overheads and the number of resources, number of, like, you know, amounts of investments, right? So you get more value with a lower total cost of ownership. I just wanted to add that. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on top of the existing performance demand, and how does this affect communication, either from even just the agents pushing up and updating and all of this? How much more latency is introduced, which people are already probably dealing with and having to buy high-end transmitting devices here and there?
Thank you so much. So first of all, is the workflow is that the AI server does not listen to your environment second by second for the things that it's not needed for. It's not putting an ear and grabbing the logs unnecessarily. It's actually the other way around. So you have an AI brain to simplify your operation. You have a SIEM solution that is raising anomalies, raising attacks. The AI and go look into these attacks to analyze them better, right? It doesn't listen to your ERP, your SAP, to your Oracle for real-time logs and getting all of this telemetry unnecessarily. It is used for a very specific purpose. It's not like ChatGPT without an objective or purpose and you're putting the purpose in it. Our AI, agentic AI, we talked about 6 to achieve. Threat intelligence, SOAR actions, result that is better explained to you as an analyst. And this is part of the answer. The second part is that it is sitting in your environment, right? So yes, it goes to the SIEM solution to understand the threats, but it's sitting in your environment. This is why it was our key objective to minimize data exposure. And that was one of the things that I wanted also to tell you, sir, is that the cloud solution or cloud AI is actually the simple answer. It's much easier, right? Because it already exists. It has the resources of the world. But you have multiple problems. Can you trust another country? I'm not talking about USA. I'm talking about any other country with your data. What if the AI went wrong? What if the connection and logs and telemetry that you are saying leaked? So it's sitting back to back with the SIEM system, no leakage or exposure whatsoever. Offline means 100% offline. You turn off the internet. The reason why we thought about this model is also because we have dark sites. We deploy logarithm in governments, in military. We have air-gapped network, zero internet. So you don't have to worry about any exposure.
Just this is the last part, which is related to the latency. There is no data collection happening from the AI with the ERP. This is the cycle. ERP is getting the data shared with logarithm platform where we have all the engines we mentioned here, log management, big data, SIEM, analytics, Rhythm X, threat detection, Sigma rules. So the AI is integrating with my SOC platform where I have the alerts, I have the contextualization, I have the logs, I have the raw data. So I'm not using the AI to every time go and query the ERP system or whatever the data source. No, I have the data already in my SOC platform, then the AI is running on the top, orchestrating all of these things. So there is no interaction between the AI with your system. Any other?
Yes, I have a question. So, I think you've actually
So
made
this
reference
one-
to the data aspect.
Sorry, say it again.
I'll have a question in reference to what you were talking about. So, in my company, we have a lot of data that is very sensitive that we didn't want it to go out. And with research with AI, we know that AI can store your data or can actually have a different way of dealing with the data that you might not actually want. You mentioned that there is your module avoids a lot of data leakage. So does it mean that it supports, let's say that I want to train the model to use specific data that I provide to it, or does your system have a support like that? Is there a kill switch where maybe I felt it's in too much into the data I have that I can actually delimit it from having that access?
Yeah, it's related to training the model based on
Because he's having a lot of noise collected by the SIM. So his
Okay.
work is that right now I'm training on this data.
Okay.
So is the turn off?
Yeah, so sorry, because I just wanted to understand the question. So the part related to getting the data on the SIM, yes, you will get a lot of data. You will get a lot of false positives, by the way. And one of the things that we're going to cover by using the AI is suggested false positive alerts. It means the AI, based on the analysis, will tell you that this is a false positive based on criteria 1, 2, 3, 4. So the AI can be trained based on whatever you decide to train it based on, not based on everything we are collecting to the SIM. The SIM is the big data location where the AI can get the information from for root cause analysis, for answering a lot of questions, but it's not the place which is influencing the AI to decide and help the analyst. So I can train the AI based on the criticality of my assets. The most important departments it should consider as high risky when it comes to the analysis based on the kind of vulnerabilities that I have in my organization, whether they could be exploitable or non-exploitable, right? So the AI is not getting trained based on everything I'm collecting, because definitely I will have a lot of noisy data, but it could be completely custom based on each organization based on whatever the critical stuff that we have. So this is something custom we can do per each environment. It will not be just plug and play and let it work on top of the SIM based on whatever everything we are collecting. It will never be like that, right? Again, as a part of the live demo, which I think we will cover right now, we will show how can I reduce the false positives, how can I improve my data collection based on the AI suggestion, right? You are not collecting this data, go and collect, or this data is not important for me, you can discard because it's not important for me. If you need to keep it for compliance, it's up to you. If you need to fine-tune it to get more data, you can do that. So the AI can support with that side by side with Rhythm X and the other threat detection engines. So I think we have to go with the live demo, right? But yeah.
Okay. So, typically in Ghana, Microsoft platform, technology rails are typically popular, Sentinel, Defender. I want to find out whether your system has a way of integrating to this to harness some of its security component, to augment what your system does.
Sorry, did you understand the question?
Augmenting other like SIM solutions, like putting
You mean the Rhythm X and Rhythm AI on top of other SIM solutions? You mean?
Yes.
Okay, I think this will take much time to discuss. Can we discuss it in the break? Because it's not the first time we get this request, right? Many customers deal. Yeah. because yeah, it will need some time to explain it, right? So allow us 2 minutes just to do the setup because I have to connect the wire because the wireless is a little bit slow, so we can start the live demo.
Just until they connect, just one quick answer. There is a kill switch, right? And this, there is a learning period that you can invoke it manually, or you can do it automatically. Personally, every time if I connected over the weekend to the AI server and I just saw the slightest signs of slowness, I talked to the team who started the training cycle, right? So training is based on your data alerts, and anomaly is something you control. So what you're about to see right now, we are going to take you through RhythmX. So RhythmX is our anomaly detection engine based on machine learning and based on AI. Now, what I want you to focus on is that how automatically the platform was able to triage the efforts, to triage the alerts in my environment. We talked about it in this presentation before, and right now you're about to see it live in action. No, that's okay, Ron. That's all right. So as soon as you log in to RhythmX, this is the main interactions. Your security dashboard is where you're spending most of your time as a cybersecurity professional to look into the incident. But one of the things we have introduced as well is something called MSSP dashboard. Now, this is extremely important for managed environment. We talked today about the FICSOC, and FICSOC plans and vision is to onboard other financial institutions. So this triage and recommendation means that it must be separated per each environment. Each environment will have their different challenges, will have their different requirements. And the MSSP dashboard is where you can see different institutions with their own recommendations. So let's log into the security dashboard. Let's take last 7 days worth of investigation and worth of threat detection. You can see right now reminder for prayer. You can see right now that this is the total number of events. The system, out of 319 threat detected, is telling you, you know what, just focus on 20. This is what you need to focus on. And this is driven by machine learning. The word outliers mean anomaly. Now, these anomalies are broken down even further by top risky users and top risky systems. All of this for a specific entity, institution 1 or 2 or 3. This is recommendation separated. You go a bit down, and you can see quickly, let me just adjust the resolution. Risk scores of the UEBA, of the user and entity behavior analytics, telling you that my top risky user is someone in the environment called Manjarath. This is not a legacy detection. This is not a scenario we're waiting. This is under the machine learning detected activity. You can see here 4 unique anomalies detected. If I clicked on this user, it's going to quickly show me he tried to connect to my internal network through a public IP. What do you think? Is that a fact detection, correlation detection, or is that a machine learning detection? It's a correlation fact. It is fact. This is not machine learning. You go a bit down, process execution via squirrel.exe, fact or machine learning? It's another fact by an exe. But you go down right now and you can see that the one marked as high, it's a system file execution location anomaly. There is a file, regardless of what it is, Notepad, WordPad, email, executed from a location not seen before. This is an anomaly. And if you compared it to the detection before it, fact was median and the anomaly detection was high. If you click on the anomaly, You can see quickly how many times it was seen. Now, you have just seen all of these detection grouped into one single event because I don't want to overload you and investigate each one of them that says the same thing. This is suppression. If I clicked on any of them, I can see quickly the risk assessment, how many times it occurred, low-level information. Now, one of the things I can do as well is that I can go back here to this user information and I can tell the AI quickly do a triage for me. So when I click the AI, all of the detection, whether it's fact, whether it's a behavior anomaly, the AI analyst, which is acting as a level 1 or level 2 analyst, do the work to tell you, is that the real deal or this is a false positive? So first of all, it's explaining what is happening under this user, why the engine think it was detected as a highly risky user. What is recommended for you as a cybersecurity expert to do? What is the key findings? Which process is important to you to know here? Remember, fully offline, not generic response based on your data. Go a bit down, confidence level of the AI analyst or analysis, it's telling you I'm confident 75% that this is a real attack, not a false positive. You go a bit down and it's telling you, you know what? Even if you are an analyst using a legacy SIEM solution, one of the problems I've seen is that you are chasing individual alerts. Well, I cannot go to my SOC manager and tell him, I have seen a user doing a port scan, because I know that the incident might involve 15, if not more, of attack, not just the port scan. It could be having data exfiltrated,
other lateral movement, execution of binaries, right? So this is telling you it's not about a single finding. The attack happened from the 20th of November and lasted until the 21st of November. So more than 24 hours during the whole attack and whole findings. Go a bit down, you can see the baseline detection and all of the processes malicious detected by the engine. Now, think about when I'm presenting this. As a level 1 analyst, this is what I'm supposed to do every single time as an L1 during my investigation. How much time that simplifies my world, right? Let's take a look at the user context so we can understand why it was raised as a high-risk information. You can see here one word, it's this word here, it says privileged user. Privileged user means this is not a local account. This is someone with enough permission to do damage. This is why we prioritize the risk even more for you. Okay? So you focus on what matters to your environment and can make the largest damage in a very quick time. You can also see the recommendation account has not been changed in 1 year, password not set, because this is in my lab environment. So this is also something we take into consideration. One of the really cool things we introduced is network graph. So network graph try to explain to you the relationship between malicious user or compromised user and all of the assets impacted. If you cannot chase this or find this in the logs, it will visualize if this user did a lateral movement to another server or not, without looking into any raw message. So this is this visual story of the attack chain. And so far, we can confirm that this malicious insider threat was only seen impacting this one server. Now, based on all of these recommendations, what we did as well is to introduce to the leaders to remove all of the noise from the low-level detail and investigation I said, and just explain them on a high level what they should prioritize. And we're using here AI. Allow me just quickly to show you, if I generated an executive dashboard, what you are going to see as a security leader. This is AI-driven, taking all of the info we talked about, and showing you quickly the critical threats you need to focus on in the given period of the report. It's showing you that according to MITRE techniques, this is the top technique being seen, that the attacker is trying to evade your defenses. It's also showing you 15 incidents
are considered anomalous, not seen before. It's showing you the top use cases that's seen in your environment. So we said that the report highlighted that defense evasion is being seen most of the time. But what else is happening? We have impact tactic, We have privilege escalation tactic. We have execution tactic as well. Immediate action required from your environment. It's 38 alert specific. They are going to be mentioned later on that need immediate attention. Going a bit down, you can see here what is required in 24 hours, the immediate ask and the long-term ask. So for example, you need to investigate, as you can see, the jump server iMeta. So this is, of course, other servers are impacted in your environment, but in 24 hours, it just triaged what's extremely important for you to do, which is the server we were investigating in the last anomaly. What to focus on in the next 7 days or the next week. So recommendation for you. Leadership decision requirement. And who is the stakeholders required here? CTO, CISO? Go a bit down. Alert severity distribution. Why this is, do you think, important for me? How can I improve my environment if I cannot measure its performance, right? Now, how can you guarantee that you are going into the right track? It's by seeing these metrics go lower, right? So it's very important to do report on a daily basis and compare them to see these figures goes lower or higher, right? So if it goes higher, there is nothing to celebrate here. So go a bit down, you can see detailed threat analysis and the top system affected by alert volume. As you can see, just 2 systems in my environment, my Active Directory and the jump server. So it ignored in the recommendation the Active Directory and it just triaged us and focused on the jump server. So this is a quick glimpse into how RhythmX is shaping the future of SOC. And I hope you take away from this session 2 things. Number 1 is that Exabeam is the only vendor who brought the AI on-premise. And for anyone else who's going to tell you or try to convince you that AI future only rely in the cloud, I hope that you take a couple of slides from today and tell them this is fully realized on-premise. The second thing, the AI is not just to replace a Google search, right? It can go and infuse a lot of analyst activities to simplify his workflow. And with that, allow me to show you the future of the analyst workflow triaging with Rami.
So yeah, thank you, Harry. So the second part is related to the AI, and we have only 5 minutes. If we need to go depth, then we will just discuss it offline because of the time constraint. So this is Logarithm Web UI. I have an alert here showing me that there is a spear phishing attack. Usually I'm receiving an email with an attachment, or there is a link in the email. I'm just clicking, but it is appearing to me that this is a Word document, but behind the scene there is a PowerShell command, and it is communicating with a command and a control server in order to get the instruction and infect the machine. Usually as an analyst, I will go there, start drilling down, start investigating, understand what kind of rules trigger this, but I will not do anything. I will start using the AI here in order to simplify my work. In this case, I will just make a right click and I will start using the first agent from the AI, which is the investigation agent. This is the screenshot that we were covering. You will see it now. It is fetching the alarm information, getting details about all the logs that caused this alarm to trigger, correlating this alarm to other alarms, getting the threat intel check, then getting you an initial executive report summarizing the incident that you see here. Let's go through it. The first thing, it is giving you a simple, it took 8 seconds. Why? Because the AI server is completely driven by GPU. It is super fast, right? Giving you an executive summary on what happened in a simple way. A malicious PowerShell payload was launched from this process by this user, and the script downloaded to from an internal IP address, and he was invoking like a process and so on. Then, as a part of the enrichment agent, it is not only showing you this alert, it is telling you that I can see this alarm a part of a bigger chain or series of alerts, and I can see other alerts related to something common between all of them, which is the user. It is mapping it to MITRE TTPs. Then, if I go down, it is showing me a quick explanation about what kind of anomalies detection we have discovered in this alert. This is automatically explained by the AI. Then automatically it is extracting, and think about this one as an analyst, how much time will I take in order to investigate hundreds of logs, thousands of events in order to extract what kind of IOCs I should be focusing on in order to go and apply filters, in order to go and block whatever it is, an IP address or a username, or what is the command, what is the hash value, what is the process from where he was running the process. Then what is your confidence as an AI that this is a true positive? Then some initial recommendations and mitigations. As a part of the AI, I would like to have a threat timeline showing me the timeline of, if you go down, this alarm, but I can see other alarms related to the SIEM user that happened before and other alarms that happened after, and you can just open each one of them and you can see more details about all the alerts. It's not only a spear phishing. I can see that he was evading the antivirus. He was trying to disable it. So it will just be an eye-opener for me that there is something bigger, or visualize it as an AI in a simpler way for me in a graph. And this is the alarm that I'm investigating, but the AI is telling me that I can see other relevant alerts related to this alarm because, again, the common thing is the entity, which is the user in this alarm. Click on it. It will give you that from the sub-alarm, I have other alarms as well associated. Click on any one of them. It will show you all the metadata associated. So this is from the investigation point of view. Now I need to start chatting with my AI to ask it many questions in order to get like a clear picture. I can ask it how confident you are that this is a true positive. Forget about the bad spelling, it will fix it. A true positive. Give me a score from 0 to 100 with the reasons. Right? So now I need to get, yes, I'm getting a risk, as you see here, from the threat detection engine, but I need the AI to give me a confidence score is 85%. Why? It is giving me here the reasons why I'm considering this as high risky, or I'm confident that this is a threat. It is giving me the reasons here. Well, I need to start now responding to this attack, or starting like putting a process. How can I respond? Usually you will think about having a playbook. What if I use the AI to generate a playbook for me step by step? So I can tell it here, create a detailed playbook step by step to respond, and assign a time frame for each stage. In this case, you will not have to use a static playbook. The AI will generate a detailed playbook for every incident that you have, and it will give you a step-by-step recommendation in order to respond to every incident or every alarm, giving you the step name, what kind of process you have to take, then what should be the time that will be assigned to each task of them, right? We can do a lot of things by using the AI, but I will show you the last thing because, you know, of the time constraints. So I can ask it, draft an email to summarize this incident to my SOC manager with detailed timeline. If you need to write an email like that, you have to investigate a lot of logs and you have to gather the information. I will make it completely automated. The AI is having an access to my SIEM platform. I have an access to the events, to the data, to the logs, right? I can just draft the email and it will gather all the required information. Then I can have it in any language. What is the local language in India? What? Sorry? What is the name of the language? Akan? Okay. In Akan. Right? Is this correct?
A-K-A-N? Okay. So the AI can write the analysis in any language. I didn't try this before, by the way. I just like tried it. Is this correct? No? Correct? Okay. We didn't try it before. We just got the idea now because we usually get this request from different places. So yeah, so this is how we reach to a stage where we simplify the SOC operation by using an agentic AI on top of it. So with that said, thank you so much. We will be here around if you have any question or if you need more clarification. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you need to put your hands together one more time for Omar Nakar, who's the Principal Solutions Engineer at Exabeam, and Rami Ahmad, who's the Principal Director Solutions Engineering at IMETA Exabeam. I was particularly impressed with the Akan that was. Can you guys put it up again? I want to see something. Can I have a screen on here? Okwan Yebefaso. Is that what it says? But I found something interesting. I said, Bo Shishumu ma adwene foforo ni network adwene. Maybe network ni nichi. Are you saying we don't have the key for network? No, we need to find it.
Any suggestions? Any suggestions? Network. Net yede. Net yede. Yeah, crying, yeah, brain, not AI. Wow.
Anyway, put your hands together for them. Thank you so much for an amazing presentation. Well, pretty sure, I know we've been sitting for a little bit. We'll take a break. But before we do that, I'd like to bring up on stage Mr. Daniel Afum. Now, Daniel is actually going to take us through the onboarding process. You'd see a presentation.
Please put your hands together for Daniel as he comes up to do his presentation so we can see how you can get onboarded.
Good afternoon. My only problem is you say AI should give you a translation in G and you can't read G. So it means that we need to take our local language very serious.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Daniel Afum, and I'm just going to take you through what we have and how you can join us by onboarding to what we've built in Ghana. Omar and team, thank you so much for what you've shown us. Now, at least we have an idea of the solutions that is present with us in Ghana. Our job was to build all of these solutions so that we can take the load of you having to implement all of the things that have been said and more in your local environment. And today I'll just be taking you, we'll be looking at the same services that we have. We have several models. We'll look at the core principles we considered when we're building the models. We'll look at data residence, segregation. We'll look at how AI, which has already been explained by our partners, and therefore I won't even spend time on that again. And then we'll look at what we are looking at in terms of compliance. I'll give you some architectural diagrams, and then I'll give you some few tips on how you can join us by onboarding. So it's very important to understand that we have two models that VIA undertakes. One of them is a fully managed security service. This is where we have built the systems, all the things that is being talked about and more. So we have the SIEM, we have the Rhythm X, we have the Rhythm AI, we have the threat intelligence platforms, the EDRs. Everything is built by us, managed by us, and all that you do is we onboard you. So now what we are saying is that security is our business, and you just concentrate on your core business. Whatever you are doing, don't waste time hiring people. Just concentrate on your core business whilst we take care of your security. So that's the fully managed service. The next service is we know there are some clients that say, you know what, because of compliance, because of frameworks that I have to adhere to, I want you to come and put all the things that you are saying in my premises. And that's the core manage. But I still don't have that expertise to be able to manage everything that I own. And therefore, we would, depend on how we talk, we would either be doing it remote or we'll bring staff into your environment to manage the environment with your local SOC analyst that you have in your environment. Now, in building this, we needed to be guided by certain principles. And that principle comes out of our interactions over the years with our clients. And so one of them is we needed to adhere to data minimization.
What do we mean by that? It means that we are coming in only for logs or events that are necessary to be able to provide you the analytics and the insights. I don't know if you get me. We are not coming for all your data. We are coming in for only what will give you the necessary insights. And that is what we call the data minimization. Then we also have, because it's a shared system, how do I guarantee you that when you give me data, that data will not be mixed with another?
Building of the fix-up, as a very typical example, this is where all the things that VIA provide also can be found at fix-up. The banks are bringing in data, different banks. I do not think that Bank A wants to see their data mixed with Bank B. Or if an analyst is working on Bank A's data, he wants to have access to Bank B. So with that strict access, only what an analyst is allowed to see would he see. He can't see more than what he is allowed to see. So that is very important to us, that whilst we're building the system, we adhere to the principle of strict access control. Then the issue of privacy, two types. So we have privacy by design and privacy by default. By design means that we need to take you in mind that you do not want your data to be known by anybody. So personally, I know you will say we should sign an NDA where we can't disclose what we have found on you to any other person than you. So we took that in consideration. We have that in mind. And in our design, right from the word go, it's not an afterthought. It's not like now that we come to say, look, guys, you know what? How do you ensure that my data is safe from other people? Right from the go, we built that into the system. And privacy by default says that, look, when you are collecting logs,
make sure that the logs you are collecting that is necessary for your clients. And why does this matter to us? As I'm saying, trust is all. We want our client to know that we are also complying to our data protection laws. Now, cloud, local data center, go to cloud, no, stay in. Choices. Everything that we do is in Ghana. The government data center, NITA, we have all our servers and all, just like Omar and team said, off grid.
So in this case, it's just data is here and it's not leaving Ghana to any other place. So when we get your data and we process them, we ensure that your data stays in Ghana. That's all. Now, we also know that because it's a shared environment, we need to make sure that we don't mix your data with other people's data. So what we have is that we have client-specific entities. The whole idea is that your data is stored, segregated, and strict data isolation and present, as well as regulations. We have data blobs for each and individual client that. Now, someone would ask, what happens when I'm sending data? The data moving from your agency to our fully managed service, data in transit as well as data at rest is fully encrypted. So even if someone sees your data, they will not be able to do anything with it because our data is encrypted whilst in transit and at rest. Regulations. We took into cognizance all the data protection laws that we had in Ghana and how we had to comply with it. And so all that we've sought out to do is to make sure that we are compliant with Act 843. In fact, I was supposed to present before Omar, but Omar has taken the wind out of my sail and has explained to you everything about automation and AI. So I will just move on and just move on to other things. Okay, so we want you to be assured we are compliant. And when it comes to the Data Protection Act, when it comes to Act 1038, which is the Cybersecurity Authority Act, the Bank of Ghana Directive, and then all audit and governance frameworks in Ghana, we are strict. In fact, every year, CSA would come to our office. Data protection will be there to mark us whether we are adhering strictly to the rules set out for us when we set up our. Now, someone will ask, how is your architecture like? So, to assure you, with our fully managed service, we have 2 data centers. One at NITA, we have our own private DR, and in between, at the production site, we're not just having one system, but another group of systems that automatically take over. And if this site goes down, we have redundancy in the product DR. Now, we also made sure that we don't have just one mode of connectivity. So we are connecting to this data center by VPN as well as an MPLS network, a private MPLS network. And you can see that all our connections are in duals. And even when it comes to the human operation, which is the SOC operations, it's not one. We have a SOC production, we have a SOC DR, meaning that we are taking high availability both in terms of our infrastructure as well as the human resources. And this side just tells you a client that wants to come to us. I have another diagram that shows you as a client. Now, in this case, you are a client coming to us. We also give you 2 options. Either you connect to us by VPN or you decide to connect with us by an MPLS network, and the connection cloud is there. You come into our environment and we build. Now, also be mindful that we are also mindful that a client may choose to have co-managed, which is you have the same and the other services on-prem. How do we connect? Because what we'll be doing with the co-managed is that, as I said, all the resources that we have, you have a similar one on your premises, but we have the expertise when it comes to the SOC management and the SOC monitoring, and so we will still need to connect to you for our SOC engineers to be able to help your internal teams to do their regular SOC activities. So with that, the SOC, you have, this is VIA, and this is the client, where we will connect to you this time, and we will be working with your internal team to be able to generate the needed daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly reports, as well as incident management in your internal environment. Now, when you are doing the fully managed service with us, there are things that we need to consider. So, first of all, we are considering network. How do you connect to us? How do you connect to us? As I said, we could do it through VPN. That means you have your network infrastructure, you have your firewalls and everything. We'll do a site-to-site VPN between the company and VIA. And or we can, if you don't have that network available, we would get one of the service providers, either Vodafone, MTN, Comsys, to come to your environment and implement an MPLS network between you and us. And we can assure you that this takes into cognizance encryption. So your data is secured. We learned all this from what we implemented for FIXOC. So most of the things that we've done is very similar to what has been implemented in the Bank of Ghana FIXOC. Now, once you have the network available, we need to collect the logs. And in collecting the logs, there are two modes. Some clients have the resources to be able to put what we call a collector in their environment. So a collector is just a Windows server that we put the collector software on it, and then we do the configuration to tell all your internal environment to bring the logs to that collector. So it's more of a forwarder. It will collect all the logs from your environment. And then that server is the only server that will be talking to us directly. So there are two ways. Either you would provide it, or VIA has the option of providing it for you. When you provide it, it means that you are going to do the day-to-day management of the server, the update and everything will be done by the client. Should you ask VIA to provide the server, then VIA will supply you a hardened, pre-configured appliance. Okay? Now, sometimes we are providing more than one collector, so we'll virtualize the environment. So, for instance, you have other branches, and we want to segregate the data coming in. We can do a collector for, let's say, the head of the environment, which means in order not to waste resources by bringing you multiple servers, we'll virtualize that server we bring to you and build VMs to collect the logs. Now, we've collected the logs from you. What happens? Once the logs are coming in, or before even the logs come in, we will support you to discover all your log sources. I don't know, but you would be surprised to know that when you go to a client environment, they do not even know, sometimes they don't even know the asset that they have. So first of all, we have to do an asset discovery, okay, in your environment. We'll do a scan, do an asset discovery, figure out what you have. And it's not everything that you have to collect. I remember in one of the banks that we did a deployment for, they had a VMware environment. And during the implementation, please collect, we want everything. We said, no. If we collect everything, it is just noise. Something like VMware, if you know about VMware, it's just noise. It would crowd out everything. You don't find any security log in it. It's just server went down, server came up. Server went down, server this person. There is nothing beneficial in it. So after discovery, we would now deploy, as I said, we'll deploy the collectors. We'll tell you which log sources that we will bring in. So once we've done this, we'll configure the injection, how we take the log in, passing will be done, and then we'll fine tune it. So after the deployment, we don't just, because sometimes, let me give you this. You are going to pay us based on the number of messages that we collect from you. So from the beginning, we may be collecting, let's say, 2,000 messages per second. But with time, with tuning, rather, no, some logs are not really important. And we may reduce after tuning from, let's say, 2,000 to maybe 1,500 or even 1,000, saving you money over a period of time. So you realize that your initial bill may be high, but with time, with fine-tuning between the two parties, your pricing would come down. Okay, so basically that's it. We will support you in every aspect of the deployment. And the beauty about this, when you come to us with the fully managed, is that the very day we engage with you, that's the very day we can assure you we start giving you value in terms of being able to monitor your environment 24/7. So it's basically an instant process. Unlike the co-managed where now, we'll need to sit, talk about the amount of servers or the number of servers we have to buy. And then when the servers arrive, we'll now come to do the installations. And I mean, just imagine the time it takes to get a server from the OEM to your environment. And then when it comes, we have to go through the approval process, the hardening and the rest. That is a lot of time and effort on your behalf. If you join our fully managed service, we handle everything and you just concentrate on your main assignment. So the fully managed service is very fast and you have minimal client overload. Thank you very much. If you have any question.
Thank you very much. I'm sure if there's any question, we can quickly tackle it before. Okay, I don't think there's any now. Great. All right, thank you very much. One more time, please put your hands together for Mr. Afum. We'll take one more very important presentation now, and this will be done by my brother Novisi Ado of VIA. A round of applause for him as he comes up to also share with us the vision, the MSSP vision, and the service offerings.
Thank you, Alexis. And we wanted to make sure that before we leave here, we let you know why all this started and our value proposition to you, so that as you live here, you carry that, and we expect to see you very soon for us to transact business and work together. Well, I don't think we need more introduction, but then just to say that VIA is a group of company, and we, as Virtual InfoSec Africa, we are part of the Virtual Africa group. And so as you are gathered here talking about cybersecurity, focusing on cybersecurity, we also want to let you know that we also have another company called the VSA, Virtual Security Africa, which also focuses on electronic surveillance and physical security as part of our mandate. So as an institution, we cover the whole chain of cybersecurity. Just throw that in. Now, our purpose is to ensure that everything that you heard here today is summed up together, offered to you as a service bouquet, which meets your needs, most importantly, focusing on our managed security service. And we also do forensics. And so if you have any data forensics issues available, because as a SIEM, as a SOC, we integrate the entire cybersecurity and incident response and forensics together. So we want to be more than happy to assist in that regard. And our mandate to you is that we want to ensure that you focus on your core mandate and leave the security to us while we can grow and we can grow together as an institution. One of the things we realize is that as part of our business as we transact, we also want to make sure that there are different kinds of risks in our environment, and our core mandate is to ensure that we turn your risks into resilience in everything that we do. And so our last presentation is just to encourage all of us to come on board. This entire conversation has been on trying to come together and solve the problems that we face as cybersecurity professionals, and most importantly, as organizations. We are here because we want to make sure that everybody has, or the problems that cybersecurity encounters are well taken care of. There are a number of issues right here. I will just touch base on one or two, because as we speak, there's a lot of cybersecurity professional shortage. In Africa alone, we have about 500,000 shortage of cybersecurity. That's a report that came out quite recently. And all these instances that occur is because we, as an organization, have positioned ourselves in order to help, if not for anything, help in solving our cyber problem we have. As you see, cyber is no more at the backbench. It's a strategic imperative for all of us. We need to come together. So we also talk about the core or the heartbeat of ensuring that we have an AI SIEM that integrates everything together. Our mandate to you is to give you that assurance that we as an organization, we also have you in mind. when my brother from the CSC and the Bank of Ghana spoke, one of the things that came out strongly was that there's a need for regulation is pushing how things are happening, and everyone over here are here for a couple of reasons. Well, the reason I want to implement things like a SIEM and a SOC is because, one, it's for our own benefit, but also most importantly, is because regulation requires that this is done. Once we push together to ensure that we meet regulation, let's not focus on regulation alone, but also focus on the fact that this would help us transform our business, save costs, and ensure that we as an institution can grow and be better. And that's how come we as an institution, we are doing this, just to also highlight and bring to bear that everything spoken about should culminate into taking action, following regulation, and also making things or putting ourselves in the pathway that will strengthen business growth. And because one damage of cybersecurity alone can be a major factor. We all know about the issues that we face or the issues that come about when you want to implement a SIEM. High costs involved, lack of skilled personnel in the environment, which we experience. In fact, as I mentioned, in the world alone, data says that there are 4 million shortage of cybersecurity personnel. And so day in and day out, we need to churn out more people to support the cybersecurity agenda. However, as an institution, our job is to take away the burden of implementing SIEMs, implementing SOCs, and giving that to us to handle for you. So as my colleague spoke about, we've put together big infrastructure, we've put together processes, we've hired skills personnel just to ensure that our services are top-notch and gives the best of service possible. Our mandate to you is that always remember Virtual InfoSec Africa when it comes to security needs, because we are here to support you. Together with Exabim, our mandate is that we ensure that we give you the top, best-known solution, not just in terms of solution, but in people and also in processes as well. As my colleague mentioned, whether it's on-prem, it's having to be a fully managed service, whether you want to do it us or want to build it for you, whichever option you choose, we are more than willing to support you, to go through the journey with you, and we give the same service, whether it's going to be at a managed security service or it's going to be on your own premises. Our mandate is that we give you the best top-notch solutions as much as possible. As an institution, we have 4 core services that we run. Of course, our 24/7 security operations service, which integrates our nervous, or what we call the nervous system of our SIEM as its main area here. Beyond that, we also provide services that are endpoint security management from MDM, EDR, XDR solution. We provide all of that. In fact, as a bouquet, we even find a way to include that as part of our entire solution, so that you come to us as a comprehensive, one-stop, 360 solution that we offer to everyone, including vulnerability management. And we have quite an interesting service we also call the early warning service, which is a threat intelligence platform integrated with our algorithm that gives you insights into predictions on what will happen to you in the future. So beyond that, you also provide forensic services as well. And as you go on with something that once you do this, now we are talking about SIEMs and SOCs, but as you progress, when incidents occur, how do you investigate? How do you analyze? What labs do you use? So in addition to our SIEM, we also provide all of this bouquet of services, being it computer forensics, network forensics, data, the full chain. We provide e-discovery and litigation support for legal firms as well. So we are calling on you to join us. And our mantra is that as long as you work with us, you are going to get a top-notch service, because we have invested heavily in infrastructure, giving you top-grade enterprise solutions, like we saw with Exabim, with other services put together under one umbrella, so that we can provide also skilled personnel. And we pride ourselves in saying that we constantly engage on training on our personnel to the top-notch abilities. I'll show you some of the multiple certifications and some of the multiple things that we have that will help us to grow as a team to give you the best service possible. And as I've seen in all our flyers, we say that if you come to us, we cut your CAPEX by at least more than 90% of your CAPEX cut
And for OPEX, we give you as minimum 50% and more. And we do this because we believe that in the ecosystem we find ourselves in, everybody has their own focus, and our focus is to reduce your cyber cost to the barest minimum as much as possible. And this is what we give you as encouragement to everyone, giving you this as a cyber or a monthly subscription basis as we offer to every single client. And beyond this, we know that we have different purposes, we have different tiers. All of us are in different cyber journeys. Some have implemented SOCs, some are yet to do that, some are just have EDRs. Our journey is different for everyone. So it's our strength and our capacity. So our solutions are tiered from small, medium, and also high, just to cater for every need as possible. But beyond all of this, should you subscribe to our service? This is a monthly service we offer, and as you've seen, with embedded AI-driven tools that help to augment the purpose. And we have integrations to every single platform. Earlier, there's a question that was asked whether we could integrate with cloud solution and all of that. Yes, we integrate with every kind of solution, whether it's cloud, it's on-premise. Once it's a system, we can integrate and monitor for you any day, anytime. Our value proposition is to tell you that regardless of what you do, we are scalable, we ensure that our benefits are plenty, and you see that if you do business with us. We are more than happy to engage to talk about how to even start the process. Our onboarding process is simple, seamless, and straightforward. Initial assessment to do for you, understand what your needs are, go on to do a service deployment once you understand that, and we work with you every step of the way. We are with you, have conversations, and we meet your needs, whether it is technical needs, operational needs, and financial needs. Whatever needs you have, just talk to us, and we can provide that for you. And beyond this, we know that we are in a knowledge economy, so we also provide knowledge sharing and do continuous monitoring in everything that we do. Some of our analysts and our team, we have multiple speakers I mentioned from all areas. At least those of us who are cybersecurity inclined, we understand what these things are, and we would want to urge you to join us so that together we can enhance the cybersecurity posture of Ghana. Because currently Ghana is about 99.2% when it comes to the global cybersecurity index, which is a high figure, right? But then operationally, there's a lot more to be done. We need to keep that figure high and do our best. And this is our call to you. As an organization also, we also a tier 1 cybersecurity accredited firm as well, with personnel within the, and we collaborate with multiple organizations from MECB to e-council. So we keep the, and of course with Exabim, log with them as well. We do this because we believe that security cannot be handled in silos, it has to be handled together as a group. So we are here pulling all the groups together so that you can come to us and benefit from all the other groups that we relate with and all the other vendors that we've integrated with, that we are taking knowledge from to put your doorsteps. So our mantra to you today is join us, subscribe to our AI-driven monthly subscription SIEM. And trust me, it will be the best decision you have taken in a long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Novice. All right. Thank you, Noviciado. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to take a break. We've been sitting for a little too long. We'll take a very short 10-minute, 15-minute max break. And then we'll converge again for just questions. If you have anything that you need clarity on, we'll provide that. The team is also setting up lunch. So this is not the lunch break. This is just a very short break to get some snacks. I think we've got some snacks also waiting. When we converge, there will be just questions and answers, and then we'll wrap it up nicely, and afterwards we have lunch. And I'm going to give you a task, though, in this break. Make sure by the time we return, we know how to say network in Chi. So yes, enjoy the break. Thank you.
Security teams are overwhelmed with data. Analysts are buried with alerts. Disparate tools don't provide a complete picture of a threat, and investigations are slow, manual, and ineffective. Meanwhile, AI hype is everywhere, and attacks, including those leveraging AI, are becoming more sophisticated. It's an AI versus AI arms race. If you're not using artificial intelligence in the fight against artificial intelligence, you've already lost. Whether it's phishing, malware, or insider threats, valid credentials are often the adversary's primary target. And correlation rules that don't understand normal behavior can't keep up. How can you feel effective or secure when your existing SIEM can't illustrate normal, let alone abnormal? It's simple. You can't fight what you can't see. Security operations success requires a new approach, a combination of real intelligence and AI-driven capabilities in products designed to identify abnormal behavior and automate and accelerate the entire threat detection, investigation, and response (TDIR) workflow. Your cyber defenses are too critical to leave to general use platforms, outdated security operations products, or vaporware AI. Unlike superficial solutions that add a generic AI interface, Exabeam delivers role-specific, fully integrated, actionable insights. The result? Security operations up to 300% faster, with fewer alerts and enhanced accuracy. Many of the world's largest organizations have become the most secure using Exabeam. We provide an outcomes-based approach to protect against complex threats and advanced attack techniques, validated against MITRE. Not only do we help you defend your most strategic use cases, we provide insights to close any gaps. No other company has more experience and expertise applying AI to SIEM use cases, and we're always improving. We continue to innovate at the speed of AI, combining high-speed machine learning algorithms with agentic AI that embodies the key personas of the SOC to automate and accelerate threat detection, investigation, and response actions, and boost productivity. And with more than 2 decades of SIEM leadership under our belt, you can trust Exabeam to deliver a battle-tested, fully featured SIEM, along with market-leading AI-driven security analytics and intelligence capabilities. With hundreds of integrations and flexible deployment options, Exabeam offers rapid value, meeting customers where they are and helping them adapt to an ever-evolving threat landscape. Replace your SIEM with Exabeam, or augment your existing SIEM with a market-leading offering designed to run on and modernize your SIEM. Be prepared for the threats of today and the future. Improve your detection capabilities, speed your response times, and protect your organization with Exabeam. Cybersecurity teams face seemingly impossible odds. They're overwhelmed by data, insider threats, and adversaries who are using AI to discover vulnerabilities, automate reconnaissance, and supercharge phishing with deep fakes and precise targeting. With security teams in an AI arms race, speed and visibility matter more than ever. Exabeam changes the game with Exabeam Nova, the first autonomous, multi-agent AI purpose-built for security operations. Unlike AI that's been bolted on to outdated infrastructure, Exabeam Nova is fully integrated into the foundation of the NewScale security operations platform and embedded into the entire threat detection, investigation, and response workflow, driving coordinated action from ingestion to detection to executive decision-making. Exabeam Nova provides a squadron of agents that act as an extension to your SOC team, automating and simplifying both strategic and routine tasks. Whether it's a review of your security posture, an analysis of detections, threat classifications, or case summaries, Exabeam Nova is powering workflows across all security operations. It scores threats, automates decisions, streamlines investigations, and speeds resolution. And it's the only agentic AI that equips security leaders with a real-time strategic planning engine and boardroom communication tool. The Advisor Agent provides daily updated reports on security posture and MITRE attack coverage, all mapped to actual security outcomes, so you know exactly where you stand, what's working, and what's not, along with recommended actions for improvement. No more guesswork. No more vague reports. Just proof and progress you can take to the board. With a foundation in AI and a thorough understanding of security data requirements, Exabeam has been pioneering real, tangible, AI-driven cybersecurity for over a decade. With Exabeam's multi-agent AI, there's no digging, no waiting, just the right signals in the right context at the right time for real security outcomes. It's AI you can trust for better security and faster results. That's Exabeam Nova. The next time a security vendor tells you we stop breaches, or our AI is more intelligent, or we are fully autonomous, ask them to give you examples how they stop attacks using compromised credentials. Crickets, I bet. There's a reason over 90% of breaches involve compromised credentials. Organizations have been lulled into a false sense of security that they can stop all cyber attacks by investing in external tools and detection. Most organizations cannot identify what's normal behavior, and attackers know this. Once they are inside, it's not a pretty sight. How can you feel effective or secure when your existing SIEM can't illustrate normal, let alone abnormal? It's simple. You can't fight what you can't see. Driven by AI, Exabeam delivers unparalleled threat detection, investigation, and response, powered by cloud-scale log management, behavioral analytics, and automation,
making advanced security accessible to all organizations. Your cyber defenses are too critical to leave to unproven or legacy security operations products. Many of the world's largest and most innovative organizations have become the most secure using Exabeam. We provide an outcomes-based approach to protect against complex threats and advanced attack techniques, validated against MITRE. And now, it's even better. The Exabeam Security Operations Platform harnesses the speed and scalability of the cloud, along with the power of AI, to deliver AI-driven security operations. For over a decade, Exabeam has applied machine learning AI to accelerate threat detection, investigation, and response, to ensure faster, more accurate TDIR, and boost SOC productivity. Exabeam drives security operations excellence, scaling performance with a cloud architecture, scaling response to focus on risk-based priorities, scaling repeatability with automation, scaling detection with behavioral analytics, scaling productivity with AI to empower talent, and controlling the scale of budgets with cloud economics. The industry's most advanced platform lets you do more with less. Replace a legacy SIEM with Exabeam, or augment your existing SIEM with the market-leading offering designed to run on and modernize your SIEM. The Exabeam Security Operations Platform is available today to achieve security operations success. Improve your detection capabilities, speed your response times, and protect your organization. The AI-driven Security Operations Platform. Detect, defend, defeat. With Exabeam. Exabeam. Real intelligence. Real security. Real fast.
This is proudly powered by Virtual InfoSec Africa, security solutions by design. For inquiries, call 055-689-2086, email us info@virtualinfosecafrica.com, or visit our website at www.virtualinfosecafrica.com.
Security teams are overwhelmed with data. Analysts are buried with alerts. Disparate tools don't provide a complete picture of a threat, and investigations are slow, manual, and ineffective. Meanwhile, AI hype is everywhere, and attacks, including those leveraging AI, are becoming more sophisticated. It's an AI versus AI arms race. If you're not using artificial intelligence in the fight against artificial intelligence, you've already lost. Whether it's phishing, malware, or insider threats, valid credentials are often the adversary's primary target, and correlation rules that don't understand normal behavior can't keep up. How can you feel effective or secure when your existing SIEM can't illustrate normal, let alone abnormal? It's simple. You can't fight what you can't see. security operations success requires a new approach, a combination of real intelligence and AI-driven capabilities in products designed to identify abnormal behavior and automate and accelerate the entire threat detection, investigation, and response (TDIR) workflow. Your cyber defenses are too critical to leave to general use platforms, outdated security operations products, or vaporware AI. Unlike superficial solutions that add a generic AI interface, Exabeam delivers role-specific, fully integrated, actionable insights. The result? Security operations up to 300% faster, with fewer alerts and enhanced accuracy. Many of the world's largest organizations have become the most secure using Exabeam. We provide an outcomes-based approach to protect against complex threats and advanced attack techniques, validated against MITRE. Not only do we help you defend your most strategic use cases, we provide insights to close any gaps. No other company has more experience and expertise applying AI to SIEM use cases, and we're always improving. We continue to innovate at the speed of AI, combining high-speed machine learning algorithms with agentic AI that embodies the key personas of the SOC to automate and accelerate threat detection, investigation, and response actions, and boost productivity. And with more than 2 decades of SIEM leadership under our belt, you can trust Exabeam to deliver a battle-tested, fully featured SIEM, along with market-leading AI-driven security analytics and intelligence capabilities. With hundreds of integrations and flexible deployment options, Exabeam offers rapid value, meeting customers where they are and helping them adapt to an ever-evolving threat landscape. Replace your SIEM with Exabeam, or augment your existing SIEM with a market-leading offering designed to run on and modernize your SIEM. Be prepared for the threats of today and the future. Improve your detection capabilities, speed your response times, and protect your organization with Exabeam. Cybersecurity teams face seemingly impossible odds. They're overwhelmed by data, insider threats, and adversaries who are using AI to discover vulnerabilities, automate reconnaissance, and supercharge phishing with deep fakes and precise targeting. With security teams in an AI arms race, speed and visibility matter more than ever. Exabeam changes the game with Exabeam Nova, the first autonomous, multi-agent AI purpose-built for security operations. Unlike AI that's been bolted on to outdated infrastructure, Exabeam Nova is fully integrated into the foundation of the NuScale security operations platform and embedded into the entire threat detection, investigation, and response workflow, driving coordinated action from ingestion to detection to executive decision-making. Exabeam Nova provides a squadron of agents that act as an extension to your SOC team, automating and simplifying both strategic and routine tasks. Whether it's a review of your security posture, an analysis of detections, threat classifications, or case summaries, Exabeam Nova is powering workflows across all security operations. It scores threats, automates decisions, streamlines investigations, and speeds resolution. And it's the only agentic AI that equips security leaders with a real-time strategic planning engine and boardroom communication tool. The Advisor Agent provides daily updated reports on security posture and MITRE attack coverage, all mapped to actual security outcomes, so you know exactly where you stand, what's working, and what's not, along with recommended actions for improvement. No more guesswork. No more vague reports. Just proof and progress you can take to the board. With a foundation in AI and a thorough understanding of security data requirements, Exabeam has been pioneering real, tangible, AI-driven cybersecurity for over a decade. With Exabeam's multi-agent AI, there's no digging, no waiting, just the right signals in the right context at the right time for real security outcomes. It's AI you can trust for better security and faster results. That's Exabeam Nova. The next time a security vendor tells you we stop breaches, or our AI is more intelligent, or we are fully autonomous, ask them to give you examples how they stop attacks using compromised credentials. Crickets, I bet. There's a reason over 90% of breaches involve compromised credentials. Organizations have been lulled into a false sense of security that they can stop all cyber attacks by investing in external tools and detection. Most organizations cannot identify what's normal behavior, and attackers know this. Once they are inside, it's not a pretty sight. How can you feel effective or secure when your existing SIEM can't illustrate normal, let alone abnormal? It's simple. You can't fight what you can't see. Driven by AI, Exabeam delivers unparalleled threat detection, investigation, and response, powered by cloud-scale log management, behavioral analytics, and automation, making advanced security accessible to all organizations. Your cyber defenses are too critical to leave to unproven or legacy security operations products. Many of the world's largest and most innovative organizations have become the most secure using Exabeam. We provide an outcomes-based approach to protect against complex threats and advanced attack techniques, validated against MITRE. And now, it's even better. The Exabeam Security Operations Platform harnesses the speed and scalability of the cloud, along with the power of AI, to deliver AI-driven security operations. For over a decade, Exabeam has applied machine learning AI to accelerate threat detection, investigation, and response, to ensure faster, more accurate TDIR, and boost SOC productivity. Exabeam drives security operations excellence, scaling performance with a cloud architecture, scaling response to focus on risk-based priorities, scaling repeatability with automation, scaling detection with behavioral analytics, scaling productivity with AI to empower talent, and controlling the scale of budgets with cloud economics. The industry's most advanced platform lets you do more with less. Replace a legacy SIEM with Exabeam, or augment your existing SIEM with the market-leading offering designed to run on and modernize your SIEM. The Exabeam Security Operations Platform is available today to achieve security operations success. Improve your detection capabilities, speed your response times, and protect your organization. The AI-driven Security Operations Platform. Detect, defend, defeat. With Exabeam. Exabeam. Real intelligence. Real security. Real fast.
This is proudly powered by Virtual InfoSec Africa, security solutions by design. For inquiries, call 055-689-2086, email us info@virtualinfosecafrica.com, or visit our website at www.virtualinfosecafrica.com.
Security teams are overwhelmed with data. Analysts are buried with alerts. Disparate tools don't provide a complete picture of a threat, and investigations are slow, manual, and ineffective. Meanwhile, AI hype is everywhere, and attacks, including those leveraging AI, are becoming more sophisticated. It's an AI versus AI arms race. If you're not using artificial intelligence in the fight against artificial intelligence, you've already lost. Whether it's phishing, malware, or insider threats, valid credentials are often the adversary's primary target, and correlation rules that don't understand normal behavior can't keep up. How can you feel effective or secure when your existing SIEM can't illustrate normal, let alone abnormal? It's simple. You can't fight what you can't see. Security operations success requires a new approach, a combination of real intelligence and AI-driven capabilities in products designed to identify abnormal behavior and automate and accelerate the entire threat detection, investigation, and response (TDIR) workflow. Your cyber defenses are too critical to leave to general use platforms, outdated security operations products, or vaporware AI. Unlike superficial solutions that add a generic AI interface, Exabeam delivers role-specific, fully integrated, actionable insights. The result? Security operations up to 300% faster, with fewer alerts and enhanced accuracy. Many of the world's largest organizations have become the most secure using Exabeam. We provide an outcomes-based approach to protect against complex threats and advanced attack techniques, validated against MITRE. Not only do we help you defend your most strategic use cases, we provide insights to close any gaps. No other company has more experience and expertise applying AI to SIEM use cases, and we're always improving. We continue to innovate at the speed of AI, combining high-speed machine learning algorithms with agentic AI that embodies the key personas of the SOC to automate and accelerate threat detection, investigation, and response actions, and boost productivity. And with more than 2 decades of SIEM leadership under our belt, you can trust Exabeam to deliver a battle-tested, fully featured SIEM, along with market-leading AI-driven security analytics and intelligence capabilities. With hundreds of integrations and flexible deployment options, Exabeam offers rapid value, meeting customers where they are and helping them adapt to an ever-evolving threat landscape. Replace your SIEM with Exabeam, or augment your existing SIEM with a market-leading offering designed to run on and modernize your SIEM. Be prepared for the threats of today and the future. Improve your detection capabilities, speed your response times, and protect your organization with Exabeam. Cybersecurity teams face seemingly impossible odds. They're overwhelmed by data, insider threats, and adversaries who are using AI to discover vulnerabilities, automate reconnaissance, and supercharge phishing with deep fakes and precise targeting. With security teams in an AI arms race, speed and visibility matter more than ever. Exabeam changes the game with Exabeam Nova, the first autonomous, multi-agent AI purpose-built for security operations. Unlike AI that's been bolted on to outdated infrastructure, Exabeam Nova is fully integrated into the foundation of the NewScale security operations platform and embedded into the entire threat detection, investigation, and response workflow, driving coordinated action from ingestion to detection to executive decision-making. Exabeam Nova provides a squadron of agents that act as an extension to your SOC team, automating and simplifying both strategic and routine tasks. Whether it's a review of your security posture, an analysis of detections, threat classifications, or case summaries, Exabeam Nova is powering workflows across all security operations. It scores threats, automates decisions, streamlines investigations, and speeds resolution. And it's the only agentic AI that equips security leaders with a real-time strategic planning engine and boardroom communication tool. The Advisor Agent provides daily updated reports on security posture and MITRE attack coverage, all mapped to actual security outcomes, so you know exactly where you stand, what's working, and what's not, along with recommended actions for improvement. No more guesswork. No more vague reports. Just proof and progress you can take to the board. With a foundation in AI and a thorough understanding of security data requirements, Exabeam has been pioneering real, tangible, AI-driven cybersecurity for over a decade. With Exabeam's multi-agent AI, there's no digging, no waiting, just the right signals in the right context at the right time for real security outcomes. It's AI you can trust for better security and faster results. That's Exabeam Nova. The next time a security vendor tells you we stop breaches, or our AI is more intelligent, or we are fully autonomous, ask them to give you examples how they stop attacks using compromised credentials. Crickets, I bet. There's a reason over 90% of breaches involve compromised credentials. Organizations have been lulled into a false sense of security that they can stop all cyber attacks by investing in external tools and detection. Most organizations cannot identify what's normal behavior, and attackers know this. Once they are inside, it's not a pretty sight. How can you feel effective or secure when your existing SIEM can't illustrate normal, let alone abnormal? It's simple. You can't fight what you can't see. Driven by AI, Exabeam delivers unparalleled threat detection, investigation, and response
powered by cloud-scale log management, behavioral analytics, and automation, making advanced security accessible to all organizations. Your cyber defenses are too critical to leave to unproven or legacy security operations products. Many of the world's largest and most innovative organizations have become the most secure using Exabeam. We provide an outcomes-based approach to protect against complex threats and advanced attack techniques, validated against MITRE. And now, it's even better. The Exabeam Security Operations Platform harnesses the speed and scalability of the cloud, along with the power of AI, to deliver AI-driven security operations. For over a decade, Exabeam has applied machine learning AI to accelerate threat detection, investigation, and response, to ensure faster, more accurate TDIR, and boost SOC productivity. Exabeam drives security operations excellence, scaling performance with a cloud architecture, scaling response to focus on risk-based priorities, scaling repeatability with automation, scaling detection with behavioral analytics, scaling productivity with AI to empower talent, and controlling the scale of budgets with cloud economics. The industry's most advanced platform lets you do more with less. Replace a legacy SIEM with Exabeam. Or augment your existing SIEM with the market-leading offering designed to run on and modernize your SIEM. The Exabeam Security Operations Platform is available today to achieve security operations success. Improve your detection capabilities, speed your response times, and protect your organization. The AI-driven Security Operations Platform. Detect. Defend.
Intintan or Abefu Quantimpon, they say N1 highway. Quantimpon, they say highway. Okay. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or queries, I would kindly ask that you put your hand up. Yep, there's a second microphone here. We'll bring it to you. It's Novisi here. Yeah, Novisi and the team will be on standby. I'm sure Omar and the team would also be available to answer any question at all. So we'll just do some question and answers, and then we can wrap up nicely. So if you have any questions, please put your hand up, and then we'll bring the microphone to you. If all your questions have been answered as well, too, that's perfect for us. All right. Any questions? Anything that you need clarity on? We can do that briefly before we wrap up. Okay, it's looking like we're all good now. And that's a good thing, right? So maybe I'll just call Novisi back here to tell us, for those who want to get in touch, for those who want to engage our services as well, what's the next steps from here on? Because I'm assuming that we're all convinced that this is a very great product for our organizations, and we all need it. So Novisi, now that we're clear on what we need for our companies and all, are there any contacts? Is there any, what's the next step? How do we find the VIA team, and then we can wrap up this conversation? So put your hands together for him again. Yeah.
Thank you, Alexis. And I'll say to contact us, you're all available. Our email, let me give you our number so you can pick it up and call us at any time. So you can call these numbers 055 81 90077. The team we can just project it so we can. info@virtual-infosec Africa. There you have it. So any of these ones, you can have it. And reach out to us. We're more than willing to start the process with you and give you the best value possible. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Novisi. Thank you so much, Novisi. And we're grateful to you all for your attention. Of course, from here on, we can partner to secure your digital assets and, of course, in a very, very affordable way as well, monthly subscription, the first AI-driven monthly subscription service here in Ghana. On behalf of Virtual InfoSec Africa and Exabeam, I'd like to say thank you. Just a second, please. All right, so just before we wrap up, Mr. Clue actually mentions to me that he has a few comments. So please, let's welcome him as he come up. Oh, okay, you take it from there. All right, a round of applause for him as well. Yeah, please hand him the microphone.
So in Novisi's presentation, he mentioned that CSA and Data Protection Authority comes to them to check them from time to time. So I want to inform him that they should be expecting us because because very soon what we have proposed in the new directive is to open up a little bit for organizations to go to MSSPs, right? So once the draft directive that we have issued is finalized, institutions that we required or we mandated them to build SOCs, we are being flexible. But what we are going to do is we are going to give criteria for going to an MSSP. So it means that we would start being interested in what you are doing, because if we've given someone criteria to come to you for a service, we are interested in how you are providing that service to those people. So just to clarify that, very soon you'll be seeing us. And then what is proposed, I'm speaking to a publicly available document. What is proposed is that as much as organizations are going to an MSSP, they still are responsible for their own security. So whatever the MSSP is doing, you make sure that you get the most from the MSSP. So going forward, once the directive come out, you'll be seeing us to ensure that the value, not you alone, but whoever is providing that service, the value to our constituents are maximized or optimized. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clue. A round of applause. And Novisi wanted to add something as well, so.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clue. And we'll be more than ready to have you because you are a very compliant company. And we'll make sure that precisely. Well, as our confidence in the services that we provide, we're also offering you POC, 3 months POC, so that you can test the value. Whilst we're having on our break, I was having conversations with some of our colleagues, and some of the questions that comes up is, how are we sure that what we have seen presented is what you get and is real? So come, let's have the POC. So we show you the value proposition that I see for yourself. You've seen it, you want to touch it and feel it as well. We are more than willing to give you that POC. So let's talk and let's make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Novisi. So, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap up and deliver our vote of thanks, I would like to call Miss Wendy Amwako to give us a vote of thanks. Please, chance to get up as she comes up.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol duly observed. On behalf of the CEO, management and staff of Virtual InfoSec Africa, we first give thanks to God for making today possible and for a smooth and successful program. We would also like to especially thank all our guest speakers, our partners and stakeholders for honoring our invitation and spending your morning here with us. Thank you for supporting us in the launch of Ghana's first AI-driven monthly subscription-based SIEM. We are truly grateful and we really appreciate it. To everyone who worked behind the scenes and helped us in the organization of this program, we thank you so much for your efforts and your dedication. And finally, to all our participants,
Thank you for being a part of this launch. We are truly grateful, and God richly bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. We're grateful. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we leave, we actually have prepared lunch for all of us, and it's packed lunch. So, kindly remain seated for just a few minutes when we're done so that our team will deliver the lunch to you. And when you're exiting, there are two exits. There's the one right down the hall, and there's another to my left as well. We'll be leaving you with some souvenirs from Virtual InfoSec Africa as well. So please look out for it when you're exiting. Everybody gets some goodie bag from us. So thank you. My name is Lexus Bill. I work with Joy FM, and I leave you with Abbe Funtintang. That's your take-home word, and something that we all learned today. Huh? Thank you, and a round of applause for yourselves, and have a good day. Thank you.
Feelings, give me all the love when I need it.
You're watching the AM show. Well, you've been asking some questions in the agricultural sector. Of course, we had a very good interview or conversation with the minister in charge of food and agriculture. Of course, the Ahanta Pele had a sit down with him. He's been answering a lot of the questions that you've been asking. Sit down and watch.
Welcome to Joy News. And today we have a special sit down with a man who has been given a tough job. A job that demands of him to lead the transformation we want to see in Ghana's agricultural sector. But he is one man that the sector players tout as having the capacity to deal and to lead the transformation that we all expect in the sector. So as we are going through a period where farmers are complaining of glut and not having their product moving, we are having a sit down with him to find out what he has in stock for them. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us here.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Now, when it comes to the agri sector, let's deal with the few months you've spent in office. I think this will be your maybe 8th or 7th month.
Yeah.
How has the journey been?
It has been a good journey. Good because we have had the support of all the stakeholders. We perfectly understand the task, the challenges that we have to deal with. We sat down as a team, dissected the challenge, and then produce a document, a blueprint to guide our steps going forward in the ministry. And so we have the Feed Ghana program document, which has captured all the things that we have to do in order to ensure complete transformation of the agricultural sector. And we are now implementing them one after the other. And we are seeing positive signs. We are seeing the results.
Okay.
You see, we came into office at a time when Ghana was importing food in excess of $3 billion annually. That is very huge. What it means is that every year we spend $3 million to develop other economies at the expense of our own economy. At the same time, we are told that food waste or food losses is estimated at 30%, meaning that almost 1/3 of all the food that is produced in Ghana go waste. You can imagine a farmer having invested all your resources in your farming activity, and then when you harvest, 1/3 of your produce is thrown away. How then do you recoup the investment you made in your farming activities? And then again, we came into office at a time when food prices were ballooning. I know rising food prices has a positive relationship with the number of people in the poverty zone. When food prices are going up, it means that the number of people in poverty is also increasing. And so when food prices are coming down, then people are spending less to feed their homes, and they can therefore make savings to attend to other critical needs of the families, to invest in their children's education, to improve upon their health status, to even ensure that they provide balanced diets that can remove stunted growth and ensure that people grow to attain the status that they have to attain in society. Then we also saw that productivity and production were generally low in our part of the world. Because in other jurisdictions, when you put a hectare of land into the cultivation of maize, for instance, you are likely to harvest over 5 tons. But in Ghana here, the maximum we are doing is around 2 tons on the same piece of land. So clearly, we understood that the sector is bedeviled with a lot of challenges. And leaders are selected. They are put in place to ensure that such challenges are dealt with, solutions are preferred, and then the situation is normalized for people to enjoy the full benefit of their activities. And so we have done a lot of things on the ground within the shortest period of time to make sure we lay a solid foundation, what we can call the fundamentals, to trigger a complete agricultural transformation.
Okay.
What are these fundamentals? I'm talking about the foundations. One, if you want to increase agricultural production and productivity, you have to look at how effectively you can manage the soil. Because the soil is made up of nutrients. It is the nutrients that determine the output of whatever you put into the soil. How do you know that this particular nutrient is lacking in the soil, so that you apply the right fertilizer to restore that nutrient in order to achieve the balance you need to maximize your output? You have to test the soil. And for a long while, that has not been the priority of the ministry. Now it is a major priority. And thanks to the Food and Agriculture Organization, within the 3 months that I came to office, we had engagement with them, and they agreed, and they have procured for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture a modern soil testing equipment. And they are also rehabilitating the Kumasi Soil Laboratory for us. I'm also grateful to our research institutions. We know CSIR, they also have an equipment in place. They have records of soil mapping. They did soil testing some time ago. They also have record on crop suitability in the various ecological zones. The only thing we have to do is to update and then make good use of that. We also know that recently KNUST...
So how is this soil testing equipment that they've procured for you going to help?
Now our officer or soil scientists will go to the field, take samples from the various districts, test them to inform us on the nutrients levels, which particular nutrient is lacking for us to replenish. If after the testing, they come to tell us that, no, you need to increase the nitrogen level in a particular area, it means that the fertilizer that we are sending to that area must provide that nitrogen. If in another area, they say that, oh, it is phosphorus that you have to provide, then the fertilizer should be able to do that. So we just want to avoid the blanket or wholesale application of the same fertilizer across the country. Okay. We want to make sure that every activity of the farmer is data informed.
When will they start?
In fact, we started already. And just a month ago, I had invitation from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology that they wanted to launch a modern movable equipment, very portable for soil testing. So I was a bit tight. I couldn't make it. My deputy attended the program. But after that, I followed up and engaged with them. And I've seen the equipment. I even have one with me. It is something that we can just procure, give it to the extension officer. They put it in the soil, and then they can read the nutrients level and other things. Then they have another system through which they can do all the analysis. This is something they have made here in Ghana. And I'm happy that when the launch, people came from United States of America, they came from United Kingdom and several other places to come and see the wonderful things that is being done in Ghana here. So these are some of the scientific breakthroughs that we are witnessing. And this is fundamental. Once you are able to test your soil and you are able to determine crop suitability, that this crop is suitable for this area, is suitable for this area, and that area, you are good to go. You can increase production.
Is there a timeline you're going to use in checking these soils because of the seasons?
Yes. In fact, I think the next season we'll get our farmers informed on some of these results. Because the scientists are already on the field, the equipment available. In fact, very soon we are going to procure about 300 of the KNUST soil testing equipment and deploy them to the various districts for the testing. And so we'll be able to test all the soils and determine crop suitability to inform farmer decisions. That is just one. Then also, we have also had an agreement with the Italian people. They want to come in to help us achieve food security. And this intervention is bringing in 154 million euros. Under that project, we are doing what we call model farm. Model farm, when you talk about model farm, we want to set up a system where people will replicate. So we are doing 10,000 hectare farm, all under irrigation. Under irrigation because as part of the pillars of the Feed Ghana program, one of the pillars of the Feed Ghana program is irrigation. That is transitioning Ghana's agriculture from rain-fed agriculture to irrigation agriculture. We believe that if we're able to do all year-round agricultural production, Ghana will attain food sufficiency within the shortest possible time. And this is the priority of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. So the chunk of the resources that we are getting from the Ministry of Finance, from the budgetary allocation, is going into the provision of irrigation infrastructure. Then we are also confronted with weather variability. You are a farmer yourself, and you understand this perfectly. We depend on the mercies of the weather. If you are unable to predict the weather with that accuracy, you are likely to fail in your investment endeavor. And so agriculture is becoming a 50-50. When you are investing, you are not sure, you are not certain that you are going to make it. Now, we want to create that certainty by being able to accurately predict the weather. And I can tell you that now the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is fully prepared. We have the equipment to gather information to be able to determine, to predict the weather with much certainty. We have automated weather stations across the country.
Which is separate from the Met one, or you're doing
separate from the Met one? Well, we're doing it together. They have the old ones. Theirs are old ones. And faddy-daddy ones. But we have introduced modern ones to complement what they have. And procurement processes are underway. In fact, we are at the last stage to procure the management information system, so that the information that will be picked from the automated weather stations will be processed and analyzed. We want to eliminate, human interference, just to marginalize the error that will certainly occur. And this system is installed, and now we are able to tell our farmers that the dry season will last for 10 days, so don't plant. Plant at this time. But this information must be communicated to the farmers wherever they are. And based on that, we have had an MOU with the Ministry of Communication. I must commend my colleague Sam George for the speed with which he responded to our request. Now, under the arrangement, we can send information to our farmers on all networks free of charge. Okay. But we also understand that not all farmers can read and understand. So the other way of getting them to understand the information we are sending is to use our agricultural extension offices, to use the district assemblies, and also to use the local FM stations, the local TV stations, to use the churches, and most importantly, the cooperatives that we have formed. You know, from April this year, we decided to get our farmers to constitute themselves into community commodity focused cooperatives. They are people living in the same environment. They produce in the same ecosystem, the same commodity. So we want them to come together and form cooperative. Okay. They will be registered under the laws of Ghana and recognized as a legal entity. Now, when you put them together in such groups, the farmers will have a voice to negotiate for lower prices for inputs, a voice to negotiate for reasonable prices for their produce. And this will enable them enjoy the advantages of economies of scale. Okay. Then they will also have the opportunity to share ideas, brainstorm, and then propose solutions to some of the common challenges confronting them in their various fields of work.
I'm happy your focus is on the farmer.
And as you speak, let me say this, as we speak, within this shortest possible time, we have formed over 70,000 cooperatives across the country. And we are still counting. Now, after forming the cooperatives, we have a team moving from region to educate them. Because education is very critical. As cooperative, they must know what to do. We want to use the cooperative system to cure one of the biggest challenges confronting agriculture in Ghana. That is the inability of farmers to access credit to finance their activities. You know, single-handedly, you walk to the banks, they run away from you. You agree with me that in 1965 or early 60s, Nkrumah thought of establishing the ADB, the Agricultural Development Plan, principally to provide finance for agricultural activities. Unfortunately, because of the low recovery rate, and because we don't have them in recognized groups, when you advance loans to farmers, repayment becomes a challenge. So most of the banks destined, quote unquote, to provide the financial muscle to agriculture are running away from agriculture. Now, when you have these cooperatives in place, they are recognized as legal entities. They have their leadership. They have their bank accounts. So they work collectively. So they can freely get to a bank and then have access to the amount of money that is required to be able to finance their activities.
So you mentioned food security. You also talk
I'm now talking about just the fundamentals. So I've spoken about the weather. I've spoken about the soil testing. And then also another critical point which must be made. You are a farmer, so you understand seed.
Yeah.
You know, without seed independence, attainment of food security will be a nightmare. Will be a dream. It will be difficult to put it on the ground. Because last year, Ghana had an experience that we must take a cue from. Because of the dry spell, we imported seeds from outside for our farmers to plant. The seeds arrived when the season had passed. So some of the seeds had gone waste. Even though we paid for it, we couldn't use it. And that can easily convulse your agricultural space. So what we are saying is that we need to domesticate seed production here in Ghana.
And there are companies doing that here.
Build the local capacity for our people to be able to produce the seed that we want. And that's exactly what we are looking at now. But after our interactions with the technical institutions, I mean the research institutions and the institutions of knowledge, we've come to the realization that the capacity really exists. What we need is just to give them a small push, bring them together, and then we'll be able to deliver that. As for rice seed, we have had an agreement with the Korean government, and it is working perfectly with us. You know, Korea, they have an agency here called COPIA. I must commend them because at the beginning of the season, they donated 300 tons of ejapa rice to us, which was immediately distributed to farmers across the country.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. And even as we speak, just last week they came here and they have donated 154 tons. I mean, for us to supply to those who do rice production under irrigation.
Okay.
Because we are already in the lean season where you cannot be certain of the rainfall. And so they can depend on the irrigation infrastructure to grow. So we have just issued directive to the agencies responsible to immediately distribute to our farmers for them to plant. Then they are also training our farmers in rice seed production. Then we also have another agency from Korea called KRC. KRC is providing irrigation to cover land area of 100 hectares. Okay. The 100 hectares are going to be put into rice seed production.
Which area is this?
Dowenya.
Okay.
So the people they are training will allocate the 100 hectares to them under supervision from our technical people, and they will produce the rice for us to buy and distribute to farmers across this country.
Okay.
Then we have an agency again from Korea called KEAT. They are providing 1 megawatt solar farm to power the irrigation infrastructure. This is important because we want the cost of irrigation, the cost of getting water to the field to be affordable.
This is also at Dowenya.
At Dowenya, so that it will reflect in food prices. Because the strategy is that we must work to bring down food prices. Because when you talk about food security, it is not only about availability of food. We are also looking at affordability. We are also looking at the nutritious value. And we are also looking at the stability in terms of food supply. That you have in place mechanisms to ensure incessant supply of food to the people of your country.
But how do you reconcile?
So now we are also testing the seed.
Yes.
We have also procured seed testing equipment, all within the short time that we have been in office. PPRSD is an agency under us. They are legally mandated to test the potency of the seed before it is recommended for planting. Unfortunately, they didn't have that equipment to do this job efficiently. And so they were outsourcing to private sectors. And you can understand that if you are not careful, the quality of the test can be compromised. Now, thanks to AGRA, they have procured for us a modern seed testing equipment and then a modern fertilizer testing equipment. And so now we have the capacity to test the soil, to test the seed, to test the fertilizer, to predict the weather, and you can imagine what will follow.
A lot of things will happen.
So the fundamentals are set.
Exactly. But let's come to what is confronting the farmer today.
Yes.
The farmer has produced. We have a lot of produce, but then they are not getting sales. They're not getting right prices. Just recently, farmers were complaining that even maize that they used to sell for 500 is now 200 Ghana cedis. How do you reconcile the two issues to ensure that your farmers are becoming satisfied to help you achieve the food security?
Now, let me first and foremost indicate that bumper harvest, producing more in a particular year, is a boon to the nation. And we should thank our God for blessing us to that extent. What is next is how to manage the bumper harvest. Our farmers have done so well. They have invested their time, their energy, and all the resources they have to produce in quantities beyond the expectation of the market. And now, the challenge is that they are not getting the market. You recall that during the budget preparation, we announced that we have provided 100 million Ghana cedis in our budget for the Ghana Food Buffer Store to step into the market, mop up the excess, store and release in times of need. This is the first time in the history of Ghana that this thing is being done. Don't forget, The National Food Buffer Stock was created in 2010, 2011. And the core mandate was to come into the market when there is excess produce so that the farmers will not suffer. They will maintain prices at moderate level to protect the interests of the farmer. And then in the lean season, when there is shortage and prices are escalating, rising in the market, they release to also protect consumers. Since its establishment in 2010, this core mandate has never been discharged until today. But the 100 million was insufficient to contain the situation. And so they came to us, reported that with the 100 million, these are the quantities of the items we have procured. And indeed, we have inspected their stores, they are bagging them, repackaging them, and keeping them for Mother Ghana. So we also made a case to His Excellency the President that this is the situation on our hand. We need financial, resources to be able to contain the situation. Our technical people were asked to go to the field to determine the volumes we are talking about in terms of the excess. Because we cannot sit in the office and assume that we are dealing with these quantities. They went to the field, and now we have an idea of the, even when they went to the field, the figures they have given us are estimates. Estimates because in the northern enclave, in the 5 northern regions, they are still harvesting.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it will be difficult for you to determine the exact quantities. But we projected that with 500 million, you should be able to contain the situation. And the president has given us additional resources. Initially, we were thinking about 100 million, but now it has been increased to 200, additional 200 million.
Out of the 500 you're asking for?
Yes, and then the private sector, we are bringing on board other people from the private sector. They are bringing more than the 300 million that we even need. We have also spoken